president who has plotted to break our borders down. You say, how do you know that? Is that a conspiracy theory? No, I've shown you the emails. I posted them on michaelsavage.com. They go back to January. Department of Health and Human Services put out an RFP, request for proposal. They needed enough clothing and food for, at the time, 100,000 immigrants, they said. They were planning this all along. Planning it. This is a crime against America. A foreign government could not do to this country what Obama has done to this country. A foreign enemy, if China took over this country, they couldn't do more harm than he's done already. I stand by those words.
New information on the disturbing video obtained by 10 News of an angry mob of protesters storming the San Ysidro border crossing and confronting Border Patrol agents. It's video that we first showed you last night at 11, but border agents say the event had been planned for more than a week. The incident happened on Sunday right behind me here at the international border. Hundreds of angry migrants crossed the border illegally, and some say it was an attempt to provoke border agents on camera. In this video, you see agents and the group on the U.S. side of the international border confronting agents, throwing rocks and bottles. Immigrant advocate Enrique Morones is disturbed by the tense situation that unfolded on video between the agents and the large group of protesters on Sunday.
Push, provoke, and film. I think the filming part was very important to this group of people.
Morones says this flyer, which encouraged people who had been deported to storm the border to reunite with family members, was just handed out a week ago.
I don't think these people were actually protesting.
This game of cat and mouse here, but it's going beyond that, to provoke agents to use deadly force.
According to Border Patrol Union Representative Gabriel Pacheco, the protesters illegally crossed the border and then threw rocks and bottles at agents. Agents used rubber bullets and pepper gas. Both agents and Morones say the Border Patrol showed great restraint and the instigators of the protest should be held accountable.
It's more like propaganda where the people were doing it for their own self-interest, not taking this situation of these people's lives in what a high risk it was. They weren't thinking about the people, they were thinking about themselves.
Border Patrol agents and Enrique Morones say there is a risk this could happen again. They tell us both sides of the border are investigating to ensure it doesn't.
By the mere dint of bringing up the charges for impeachment, it will slow down, if not stop his agenda entirely. I didn't call for it a year ago. I didn't call for it 6 months ago. I called for it a few months ago when I saw what he was doing, and I told you he was only going to ratchet up what he was about to do, and I predicted he would break the borders, and I'll make another prediction. He's going to go for your guns next. I make the prediction that he will go for the Second Amendment next.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Kleffler in New York with an ABC News Now special report. The push for gun control getting some serious star power today. You can see right there Tony Bennett, Chris Rock, Amanda Peet, among some of the celebrities joining a coalition at a press conference today at the U.S. Capitol in support of President Obama's measures on gun control. Let's now listen in to this morning's news conference.
Haven't gotten over Connecticut. I'd like the assault weapons to go to war, not in our own country. And I'd like assault weapons eliminated. Thank you.
I'm not going to say much. I think everybody else far better at this than me. I am just here to support the President of the United States. The President of the United States is, our boss. But he's also, the President and the First Lady are kind of like the mom and the dad of the country. And when your dad says something, you listen. And when you don't, it usually bites you in the ass later on. So I'm here to support the President.
Thank you. That's your notes. And we listened to a news conference there.
He's going to go for broke. He's going to go to the walls on every last agenda item of the Communist Manifesto. The Communist Party USA has disappeared and gone underground and come back up inside the Obama administration. This is their agenda. Disarm the citizenry and then you can manipulate them any way you want. And most Americans who are gun owners know that. And they know that the Second Amendment was not made for hunting deer. It was meant to protect themselves from a tyrannical government. Didn't Obama take an oath to uphold our laws? Didn't he take an oath to defend our borders against all enemies, both domestic and foreign? Without clearly defined borders, anyone can waltz right into America. Without borders, there's no country. Here's a breaking report. Catholic churches are providing housing for the storm of illegals crossing the border. You heard me. This is a conspiracy of the government Catholic complex. The government Catholic complex is working together. And right now, the Catholic churches are providing housing for illegals in Southern California. Although there was a large outcry inside the congregation in Riverside, California, the priest decided they would take in 25 of these illegals for at least a month.
He's going to go down as being one of the worst presidents ever.
We look like we live in Beirut somewhere. Do something for our children. Have the same love for these young people like you got for the ones across the border, and you want to save them.
President Barack needs to pay attention to Chicago. Here we got a mayor in our city and our president of the United States who have passed legislation and have given up funding to create opportunities for new citizens to come into the United States, ignoring people who've been born and raised here.
Mr. President, we're asking for you. You're spending billions of dollars in Texas, but we got a problem here in Chicago.
I have to quote something right now. C.S. Lewis wrote that of all tyrannies, a tyranny sincerely exercised for the good of its victims may be the most oppressive. It would be better off to live under robber barons than under omnipotent moral busybodies. The robber baron's cruelty may sometimes sleep. His cupidity may at some point be satiated. But those who torment us for our own good will torment us without end, for they do so with the approval of their own conscience. There's your Roman Church with a Jesuit communist pope.
In the reality of the global economic slowdown, money still makes the world go round. In the circles of vice and lust, political maneuvering and corruption. Is money the source of all evil, or just those who can